Alright guys, there is serious panic right now in ASOR0CK as some US leaders now are vesting support for Biafrans. Nigerian government never thought this is coming. This just came like so soon. They never knew that this will actually happen. I will show you the video. This video you are about to watch, you will see where they are talking about the genocide in the southeast, and also letting the Nigerian government understand that self-determination is not a crime. That is never a crime, even in Nigerian law and international law. You understand? They talked about the intimidations going on in the southeast region. I've said this thing time without number. If Nigerian government do not want the Igbos to go, why can't you just give them the privileges we are giving to other regions? You say no, they cannot come close to the power, and at the same time, you don't want to let them go. You don't still want to listen to what they are saying. You understand? They are saying something. The governments of Nigeria do not want to listen. Anyway, guys, let me just show you this video so that you will understand what is happening right now, because story now don't really, they change as it is currently.
They are not yet ready for independence because they have not taken the basic steps to form a unitary government that can step into the vacuum on day one and lead their people. That is something that the Biafrans have, a mistake the Biafrans have not made. What I see, Tin, absolutely and completely admirable. You are not simply symbolically declaring independence. You are setting in motion a government which can take over all functions of the government. Now, some people may complain that Biafra now has its own army, and they may say that is a terrorist action. They are wrong. It is the job of any government to monopolize the use of force within its territory. The Nigerian army is the occupying army right now. Its job is not to monopolize the use of force within Biafra, because they have shown when they use force, they use it not for security, but to perpetrate insecurity. They use it to murder, they use it to rape, they use it to charter buses, to bring in militias, so that naive people may believe that they have nothing to do with what is going on in the region. Now, I'm a historian by training, which means I get paid to predict the past. Also, speaking of pay, let me be clear. I am receiving nothing for my advocacy for Biafra. I have been offered nothing, I have demanded nothing, and I am receiving nothing. Nor would it even be legal for me to accept money from anyone. I am speaking only as an analyst and only as someone who wants to further liberty. Now, I ask as a historian, where has it worked to force the victims of genocide together with their perpetrators? Where in history has that ever worked? Aggressors must understand that if they turn to genocide, they will always lose. The fact of the matter is, Nigeria lost Biafra in 1967. They may have won the war temporarily, but they permanently lost Biafra. The decisions they made 57 years ago forfeited any rights they have to control, to occupy, to speak on behalf of the people of Biafra. Let me conclude by saying, as an analyst again, I don't think the United States will be the first country to recognize Biafra. But I pray that it won't be the third country either. Biafra to move from Finland and to lobby vociferously, night and day, in order to ensure that the African Union recognizes that Biafra is already more organized, already more capable of statehood, already will have a higher standard of living, already will be at peace with itself and its neighbors more than many other African countries. And therefore, it will be a boon to Africa, a boon to the African Union, a boon to the spread of democracy in the region, an anchor for stability in the region, in an area that is increasingly unstable, especially as people come from the north in order to destabilize. So let me conclude by saying with my...
So guys, you've all heard it now. The truth is that the whole world is seeing what is happening in Nigeria. The way the Southeasterners are being treated. The whole world is seeing everything. You get. Even if we understand, say, corruption and all that, they are seeing what is happening. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to do anything, and you think that taking Nigerian soldiers to the southeast to shut them down, we eventually shut them. They don't know that by doing so, they are just giving them, more energy to agitate, to speak. Since nnamdikanu, was kidnapped in Kenya, did it stop them? Did it stop anybody for declaring, Biafra nation? Since Simon Ekpa is now with the Finland government, did it stop any of them? Make una just still listen to what Nigerian pastor talk.
Then everybody want to become president. But how many of them carry the light for Nigeria? And those that carry the light for Nigeria, I'm sorry to say it, the electorate might not want even to elect them. Why? Because they don't see the light. They see money. And money is a deception that cannot make us pick true leaders. Why sell your votes, whether you are a delegate or a electorate? Why sell your vote for peanut to a man that will slave you for the next 4 years? The problem of Nigeria is not a problem of that we don't know truth. We know truth, but we like to walk in darkness rather than truth. When we are talking about the unity of this country, which is not non-negotiable, yes, but what is the problem? How do you enter into a marriage and then you enter into an agreement and one side of the region is suffering and you don't allow them to produce president? Then you are complaining about their agitation. Why will they not agitate? The Igbo have been so, the Igbo race or the Southeast have been so deprived. You cannot be talking about one Nigeria when every time you want to pick a president, you say the Igbo man is not qualified. And then you want them to be in the marriage. This is the problem of the Biafra agitation. If you cannot solve that problem, you will still have more nnamdikanu agitating. That is the reason you cannot be preaching love and unity and be practicing the opposite. This is the major problem of Nigeria. Why will the Southwest, Yoruba man, continue to be in power? Why will the North continue to be in power? Then the major language, you are not telling them you don't trust them. If you don't trust them, why are you keeping them? Leave them, let them come. I don't care how many of them are coming, whether they are in unity or not in unity. Give them the opportunity to prove themselves. The politics will go to the highest bidder. It has become a democracy which is called moneyocracy. It is about the one who have the money. And I don't blame them. The church will fold our hands and we say, no, politics is a dirty game. All we are doing is to intercede. This is the problem. You will intercede and chop intercession when it is time. Those who are power brokers will enter there, go into primaries, join a political party. This is the problem of the church. Who is for blind? The church. Too spiritual. Politics is not only spirituality. You have to join the game. You have to belong to a political party. You have to follow and become a delegate. How many Christians do we have as delegates in most political parties? How do we influence? This thing is not of prayer alone. We have been praying. If prayer can change Nigeria, the intercessors in Nigeria would have changed everything. The problem we have prayer warriors without strategies. Every regime has its own achievement. For me, speaking my mind as a citizen of this country, not as a pastor, we are so divided now. There's really a tiny line between unity and hatred or disunity. We want to pray for the unity of this country. We want to pray for the leader of the day.
ASOR0CK has tasked Imo State Governor, Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governors. Stop blaming government. You are the CEO of your state. You are the executive governor. Now, since you go to Abuja to collect money, then take responsibility for the insecurity in your state. What do you have to say about it?
Now, thank you for that wonderful question. I think being the governor of the state, you have every power for you to make sure that you get security votes from the federal government. By so doing so, what are the governors doing with this money? Stop coming out to tell the people that there is insecurity in my state and that unknown government have been killing. The government need to take action and put an end to all this and stop apportioning blames. The people you are apportioning blames to are the people who their lives and properties are entrusted in your hand as the chief security officer of the state. So for a governor to come and start telling people that there is insecurity in my state, I think to me the governor need to stand up and then act now, because every now and then allocation is being shared for you, security vote is being given to you, and you have the mandate. The primary function of government is to protect life and property. Yes. So if you cannot protect life and property, then why are you the governor?
But some have said that the governors have no power over the military. That it's only the president as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. What do you have to say about that?
The governor does not have power over the military. That is true. But see, the question is that can the governor summon military chiefs in their states, I mean the division's commander, to sit and dialogue for a way forward? The answer is yes. So if we can do that, so indirectly it's still have power over the military. Now when it calls for security meeting, don't these guys attend in his various place? They do. So the president should not come and say that he does not have the governor should not come and say he does not have power. We still have killings in Imo State, Enugu State, and some other states. For how long can we continue in this path? The people are scared of their lives. The people cannot even access government, access those who they claim to be electorate. We cannot access people that give us the mandate. So how long can they continue like this? So I think the government of these states on their own, they need to up their games. You must up your games as a governor if you don't want to be sacked come 2027.
But there's always been this fear that the votes of Nigerians does not count, and that is why our elected officials are acting this week. That assuming our vote is counting, they will sit up knowing that if I don't perform, no second term for me. You agree with that statement?
Our vote does not count. I cannot say if our vote count or not, because I have not conducted any election. So what I'm to say is that people have lost confidence in the INEC.
The reason why they've lost
you've lost confidence because so many persons have seen the case of Hope Uzodinma when but reason the court knows why he had to give it to him. But someone who came forth in the election was uplifted and then he came forth. So the court cited some reasons
Yes.
which Uzodinma became the governor. Reason best known
To them.
to them. I am not in a position
Yes.
to speak for the court. But one thing is that INEC need to be the trust of Nigerians again. You saw what happened in last election.
Yes.
As allegedly reports, the results were changed in the RF order. So I don't know how true that allegation is, but see, it has been going viral. So these are things INEC need to repose that confidence in the average Nigerian, and for the governors too. How much is being given to you on a monthly basis? If you get money on a monthly basis, then why don't you make sure that these people who gave you the mandate to protect them, you can as well protect them too? Because the people cannot always be be one-sided every time. The people need to benefit from dividends of democracy, and when they have to benefit from the dividends of democracy is by what? By what? By inclusive governance. The people need to feel the government impact. Not every time you come on here and say on government has attacked the people, you come and start creating fear. These governments are even creating fear in the life of the ordinary man.
We've seen the governor of Enugu State who has declared that Monday is no longer a sit-at-home in Enugu State. When people are saying that, you are saying that as because you're the governor. Can you come and secure our lives? I mean, the other people, because you see this sit-at-home every Monday. Some are doing it maybe out of respect for nnamdikanu, but some are doing it out of fear. It is two ways. People are telling the governor, please find a way to secure that. Police cannot be everywhere. What do you think? Because sit at home every Monday, it might be affecting the economic activities in the southeast. What do you think that the governor can do, or the governors in the southeast can do?
Thank you very much. I think sit at home every Monday is a commensurate to honor the Mazi nnamdikanu, who has been in incarceration for 4 years now and still counting. But what I want to say is that when there is a conflict in the land, the president himself needs to address this issue of Kanu. Let Kanu issue be settled out of court. If what Kanu is the son of the president, as a son, you can go, you can have a different view or different ideology and philosophy from what your father had. But why can't you, as a father, have you reached out to Kanu himself? And what I felt that the president ought to have done was, why Kanu was in decision, go and meet, let them bring Kanu to you, DSS. Sit down with Kanu, have a round table discussion with him.
But do you think that's possible? Because we saw
Buhari,
he could not
freedom. Buhari is different. See,
so
these are two different people.
Yes.
If you want, the security apparatus cannot be everywhere, and these guys are what? Overstretched.
Yes.
These guys are also overstretched. So the president is the father of the nation.
Yes.
Since the president is the father of the nation, he should at least reach out to this guy, even to the Ohanes in Igbo. Whenever he will want to invite some Igbo politicians and some Igbo stakeholders to sit on a round table and discuss with Kanu. You have conditions, give him your conditions. Send it to him. Because you see, this is the only way this thing about marginalization can stop. And the truth of our matter is that the Igbos are heavily marginalized in the country. And that is what, and that has breed a whole lot.
But do you think that giving them an opportunity, or yes, that's an opportunity, or finding a way, a consensus in 1999, Nigeria had a consensus on making a Yoruba man a president. In 2007, Nigeria had another consensus to make another man to be president. Do you think that Nigeria finding a way or making a consensus to make an Igbo man the president is going to make that marginalization or the agitations go down in the south?
Making an Igbo man be the president would at least work to some extent. It will help this issue of marginalization reduce a very long way, because if the Igbo man is the president, Peter Obi, you will not watch Peter Obi allowing nnamdikanu to languish in detention, even if, because yes, that is his brother from his tribe. They are from same tribe. No, so why was Sonegbo released? It was let's go. Yes. So to some extent, it will help a long way. And as an Igbo man, he will speak in the language that the Igbos. Now I am one of the sons. Yes. You don't have any right to agitate. Yes. So that will help them. It will go a very long way for them too.
So I'm letting you go. I think we have like 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, South Eastern Governors Forum. What should be their next step?
Southeastern Governor Forum should at least make moves to meet with the presidents.
Yes.
To put an end to all this. That is the only way. Because if there's no end to all this, all we hear is killing, and then we are not in support of all this killing. It is not good for the future of the country. It's not good for the future of the country.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.